Hello viewers. So today we are going to learn about from the higher mathematics of class 12. The book is R.S. Agarwal math book. Fundamental concept of three-dimensional geometry. Three-dimensional geometry. We are already familiar with two-dimensional geometry. Okay. Two-dimensional means there will be two axes. Two-dimension means two dimension means two axes x, y. Now three dimension or 3D geometry. 3D geometry means three axes. That is x, y, z. X, y, z axis. Understood that? So for here, this is my origin, this was my origin. Here, this was my origin. Okay. So that is the basic concept that I am going to start now. And I am going to discuss now. So let us give me heading fundamental concept of 3D geometry. Fundamental concept of 3D geometry or three-dimensional geometry. So for that, first we have to know the coordinate of a point space. Coordinate of a point space. Okay. Now suppose we take, as we earlier told that in three-dimensional geometry, there should be three-dimensional geometry coordinate. There should be three axes. Okay, three dimension. Each axis is called one dimension. So for here, the coordinate of the point of a space. To know about that, first we have to note the coordinate axis. So let us take this as coordinate axis. So this is my x axis, y, and this is z axis. Now each axis make angles to each other at 90 degree, and this is my origin. Okay. Now if we draw, if we take a point P over here. Now since in two-dimensional geometry there should be the coordinate of P should be x comma y, that is the x value and y value. Now here, since it is three-dimensional geometry, so the point should be lie on the space, point space. Okay, so the coordinate of a P, I taking the coordinate of P is equal to x, y, z. So for that, if we have to represent it, that how this point x, y, z comes. So for that, we have to move by right there from origin to here. So this is my x. We are going origin to along x axis. This is my x. Next, from x we are going parallel to y axis. Here, parallel to y axis. Here, sorry, here. This is okay. So this is my x. This distance is y, and from here, this distance this distance, this whole distance. Okay, this is z. Understood that? So that is the actually this bracket should come over here. This distance. Okay. So this is the point. This is the a point lying in the point space. Now, so here if we name here, that is O. If we name it, that is OB. Okay. Next this is BN, and this is as this is P already named here. P x comma y comma z named here. Okay. So here we can say that OB is equal to x, BN is equal to y, and PN is equal to z. Okay. Now, if we suppose we are drawing one more picture. This picture. So this is x, this is y, and this is z. Okay, axis. The axes are mutually perpendicular to each other. So if we have to draw one cube over here, suppose we are drawing one cube over here. So the point P that I have taken here, the point P should be lying over here. Point P. This is the point P whose coordinate is x, y, z. That is lying over here. Understood? And this is my 0 or O. So since if we named it, suppose I am naming it this as A. Sorry, this as A, this as B, and this as C, and this is D, this is P, this is D, this is E, and this is F. Suppose we named it. So if we have to find the coordinate of, so my coordinate of P is equal to x comma y comma z, how it's come? Because OA is equal to x, okay, and OD is equal to y, AD is equal to y, and DP is equal to z from here. As we can plot at that, the point any point of x comma y that should be lie in the space from the three-dimensional figure like that. Now here also, so this is my x comma y comma z. So from here we can say we can say that the coordinate of A. What is the coordinate of A? Now in coordinate of A, in x-axis, if we take in x-axis, the coordinate of y and z should be 0. In x-axis, coordinate of y and z should 0. So only the x value should be come over here. That is x comma 0 0. Okay, I get into after that. Now for this picture I have to just put so that you can understand. Now let us come to the coordinate of D. Now when I am putting the coordinate, you can understand that how the coordinate comes. I will define that to you. Next, there is the coordinate of D. So the coordinate of D, coordinate of D, how? OA plus AD. Now my OA is equal to x, and AD is equal to y, and it is, since it is lies x and y plane, so no z value over here. So the coordinate should be 0. Okay. Next move to f, it is lies, first we see that f is lies on xz plane. So if we find the coordinate of f, so for that we have to go through OA plus AF. Now OA is equal to x and AF is equal to what? AF is equal to z. And since the point lies in the xz plane, so the y value should be 0. So that is the coordinate. Next come to the coordinate of B. Since it lies in y axis, so the coordinate of x and z axis should be 0. So only y coordinate should be here. So the coordinate of B should be 0, y 0. Understand? Next come to coordinate of E. We have to find coordinate of E. Now what is the coordinate of E? Coordinate of E is equal to, it is lies in yz plane. So the x coordinate should be 0 and y, this is y, along this is y, and this should be z. So that is the coordinate. So hope you understand how can I plot it out the coordinate, and obviously the this is the origin, so the coordinate of origin should be 0, 0, 0. That is for all. For here also the coordinate should be 0, 0, 0. That is the x value is equal to 0, y value is equal to 0, and z value is equal to 0. So hope you understand how can I plot it out and how can I take the coordinate with respect to the points of each corner of this cube. Now this point is equal to this p. Okay. Now if we break this out, if we break this cube out, so what we will get 3 lines, that is to reach p, that is from origin to first going to x axis, then moving along to y axis, then moving along to the vertical z axis. Okay. So from here, if we break that out, we are getting this picture. Understood that? So this picture is a drawing of, this picture is a breaking drawing of this cube. So that's it for the preliminary idea of a 3-dimensional geometry. Next, here so one more coordinate is left here, the coordinate of C. So here the coordinate of C should be 0, 0, what? Z. 0, 0, z. Now as we can see here that here OA is equal to OA is equal to x, OB is equal to y, and OC is equal to z. Understood that? And the coordinate of, for taking this distance, we are reaching the coordinate of P as P x, y, z. Now one important result, so it is we have to mention that x equal to, first x equal to distance, x equal to distance of P from yz plane, of P from yz plane. Now what is the plane? If we take these 3 coordinate axes, okay, so this axis together makes angles 90 degree each other. Now this over here we can take, that is xz, xy, zy. Okay, this we can take as a plane, okay. Now the x is the distance of P from which plane? Xz, yz plane. This is yz plane. Next, y, distance of P from xz plane, and z equal to distance of P from xy plane. xy plane. Understood that? You can easily see from the picture that z, what is my value of z? This is the z. So this distance, we are taking the distance. First we are going through here, then we are moving over here, then we are moving to the upright. So this is the distance. So this distance is distance of p from xy plane. This is from xy plane, and this distance from xz plane, that is my y, and this distance is from zy plane, that is my x. Understood that? So this we have to say. Now we have to say that also we can say that the equation of xy plane, there should be several equations, okay, of xy plane. That should be z equal to 0. Understood? Because in xy plane the value of z is 0, so the equation should be z equal to 0. Similarly, the equation of xz plane is y equal to 0. The equation of yz plane is z equal to 0. So that's xz plane and yz plane is x equal to 0. That should be x equal to 0. So that is the main concept. Now again, suppose we take the unit vector, that is position vector of a point space. Okay, position vector of a point space. Suppose we can take a unit vector along x-axis, a unit vector along y-axis, and a unit vector along z-axis. Understood that? Now, position vector of a point in space. Position vector of a point in space. Position vector of a point in space. If ijk be the unit vector, that as I have told you that if ijk be the unit vector taking along ox, oy, oz. We are taking ox, oy, oz. Okay. Now one thing I have to told you that from these both two figures, okay, from both these two figures, we are taking the positive values or the positive direction of a three-dimensional figure. There should be a negative value of a three-dimensional figure also, that is negative coordinate. Okay, that is if x is present here, then negative x should be also present here. For that, if we are drawing this picture, that is we have to draw like that. Okay, the axis is moving through, that is the x-axis, that is the x dash, negative x dash. Next, if we are taking y, then the y is moving through along there. So this is my y dash, negative y, and from here, from origin, So this is my z dash or negative z. So negative also present. Understood that? So I am taking here only positive. Now if ijk be the unit vector taking along ox, oy and oz respectively, then if p a b c, if p a b c be a point, in space, we say that the vector or position vector of p, we say that the vector or position vector pv, we have to a vector or position vector of p is, what is the position vector? A I hat plus b j hat plus c k hat. Okay, this is the position vector of p with respect to this coordinate system, as I am taking I as along OA, B as along J, OB and K along OZ. Okay. So hope you understand that. Okay. Now we have to move some another result, that is some result from the point space. Some results in the point space. Next, first come to the distance formula. Distance formula. Distance between two points. Distance between 2 points. Okay. Let us take one point is given A, whose coordinate is x1, y1, z1 in the points in the space. Okay, in the three-dimensional space. And another point B, that is x2, y2, z2. Okay, x1, y1, z1. Then the distance between AB is denoted as AB. What is the distance? The distance is root under of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square plus z1 minus z2 whole square, or root under of x2 minus x1 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square, z2 minus z1 whole square. Okay. Now, so this is my distance formula. This is my distance formula. Next, section formula. Section formula. Section formula. What is the section formula? If px, y, z divides the joint line of a, suppose we take p, x, y, z. Okay, it divides a point, it divides a line. The line is from, suppose here, this is a, the coordinate of p is equal to x1, y1, z1, and b is equal to x2, y2, z2. Suppose we are taking p over here. p x comma y comma z. So this is my m if it divides in the ratio m is to n. Okay, so for that, suppose p x comma y comma z divides a points a and b like in the ratio m is to n. So for that we are going to say that x is equal to mx2 plus nx1 x1 by m plus n. Okay, y is equal to my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. Z is equal to mz2 plus nz1 by m plus n. Okay, now this divides the line AB, the line AB as internally. Now if it divides the line AB at externally, that is, I'm again showing you that. Suppose this is my line AB. This is for internally. This is for internally. For internal. Now for external. That is, if AB, this is AB, coordinate is same, okay, and a point we are taking P over here, P x comma y comma z, okay, we are going to there. So suppose this is my m and this is my n, okay, so this we can say that P divides this as externally. So for that, if we have to find the coordinate of A, so for that case, x equal to what would be my answer? mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n. This case for externally. Y is equal to my2 minus ny1 by m minus n, and z is equal to mz2 minus nz1 by m minus n. Okay, so this is the case for external division. So next move to the midpoint of a line is given by midpoint. Suppose a line is given here like that. A is equal to x1, y1, z1. B is equal to x2, y2, z2. Okay. We have to find the midpoint. Midpoint is lying over here. Suppose midpoint is taking P. So what is the coordinate of P? Okay. The coordinate of P should be, we have joined x1 plus x2. We have to divide that by 2. The x1 plus x2 by 2. y1 plus y2 by 2. z1 plus z2 by 2. Okay. So this is the coordinate of midpoint. Understood that? Next, so this first the section, this was the formula. So this is the midpoint formula. Next move to the centroid of ABC. Centroid of triangle ABC. What is the centroid? In which point the three median intersect of a triangle. That means, suppose if we take a triangle like that, A, this is B, this is C. So this is one median, this is one median, this is another median, and this is another median. Okay. So this can we say that this is my G or centroid. Understood? This is my G. Now, if the coordinate of A is equal to x1, y1, z1, B is equal to coordinate of B is equal to x2, y2, z2, coordinate of C x3, y3, z3. If so the coordinate of G should be written as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, z1 plus z2 plus z3 by 3. This is the coordinate of centroid of a triangle. Understood? So these are the concept. Next we have to move some result. That was some result from point space. Okay, and we have to move some result on line in space. Okay, so hope you understand that. Some result on line in space. Some result on line in space. First is the direction cosine of a line. Direction cosine of a line. Direction cosine of a line. Okay. Now, what is the direction cosine of a line or DC of a line? DC, direction cosine. Now, if a line makes an angle alpha, beta, gamma with x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Suppose we take the figure like that and we take one line OP. Okay, OP you have my point x, y, z. So if this is x, this is y and this is z. So if a point OP make a angle alpha, beta, gamma, that is this angle is alpha, okay. If we take this angle that which is making with y-axis, this as beta, and this angle over to making z-axis, that is gamma. Okay, if it take that angle with the relative axis, so we can say that the cosine of these angles is called the direction cosine of the line. Understood? So if we take the cosine of beta, that is so cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, ठीक है, are called the DC of the line OP. Okay. and we can take that L is equal to cos alpha, M is equal to cos gamma, and N is equal to M is equal to cos beta, and N is equal to cos gamma. Okay, now always there should be a formula, that is the formula should be L square plus M square plus N square should be 1. Okay, if you want the proof that how L square plus M square plus N square should be 1, if you want that, then I will provide you the proof. Okay, and I will provide that in my description box so that you can understand the proof. So next we can say that some remarks. First remarks. The first remark is the direction cosine of x axis. Direction cosine of x axis is 1, 0, 0. This is the direction cosine. Direction cosine of y axis 0, 1, 0. Direction cosine of z axis is 0, 0, 1. Next, come to so this is the direction cosine of a line or DC of a line. Direction cosine or DC of a line. So next move to direction ratio. Direction ratio of a line. Direction ratio of a line or dr of a line. Simply dr of a line. So for that, what is the direction ratio? If any 3 point ABC is proportional to the direction cosine, any 3 point, any 3 numbers, if any 3 numbers ABC is proportional to the direction cosine, that is LMN. If any 3 numbers is proportional to the direction cosine LMN, then we can say that these numbers are direction ratio. Understood that? So clearly this is proportional to this. Understood? Clearly we can write that L by A, if we make the ratio of that is L by A, these are proportional. So L by A, that should be is equal to M by A, that should be equal to N by C. Understood that? Now if we take over here, we can do this operation. If we make an operation, that is this equal to root over of L square plus M square plus N square by root over of A square plus B square plus C square. We can make this operation for here. Now as we know that this value is equal to 1, so 1 should be there, and here is equal to A square plus B square plus C square. Understood that? So from here we can say that L by A is equal to 1 by root over of L square plus B square plus A square plus B square plus C square. So my L is equal to A by root over of A square plus B square plus C square. Similarly, M is equal to B by root over of A square plus B square plus C square, and N is equal to C by root over of A square plus B square plus C square. Now, if we take another picture, x, y, z, and along this is my along this my I vector, that is unit vector I, along this j, and along this k, and this is my origin. If we take this respective unit vector, now a vector r, this is r vector, means OP is equal to, we are taking OP is equal to r vector. So that r vector can be represented by what? If the coordinate of point P is equal to ABC, if the coordinate of point P is equal to ABC, we are taking, then OP is equal to the vector form of OP, okay, or the position vector of OP is equal to what? A I hat plus B j hat plus C k hat. That is the position vector. That means R vector is equal to A I hat plus B j hat plus C k hat. So if so we can say that the direction ratio, that is the dr, direction ratio of R is what? A, B, C. Okay. Direction of R is A, B, and C. Next, move to another thing, that is, if PQ, let PQ be a line joining x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. PQ be a line joining the points. Okay. Then the direction ratio, okay, the direction ratio dr of PQ, the direction ratio of PQ should be what? The direction ratio of PQ should be x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, and z2 minus z1. So that was my direction ratio of PQ. Understood that if the points is given of a line and the coordinates are given of the point, so the direction ratio should be, can find out I like this formula. Understood? These are the direction ratio. So now move to another thing, that is angle between two lines. Angle between two lines. Angle between two lines. Let theta be the angle between the two lines L1 and L2. Suppose theta be the angle. Theta be the angle between two line L1 and L2. Okay. And the direction cosine of that line and the direction cosine of that line and the DC cosine of the lines are L1, small l1, m1, n1 and L2, m2, n2. If so, okay, then cos theta is equal to cos theta is equal to L1 L2 plus m1 m2 plus n1 n2. Okay, this is my cos theta. And sin theta equal to, that is sin theta is equal to we have to take this formula, root over of summation m1 n2 minus m2 n1 square. Okay, means the next term comes, if we put the next term, then the next term should be L1 N2 minus L2 N1, and the third term should be the three term content of this summation, and the third term should be L1 M2 minus M2 L1. Okay, so from here we can see that if theta is equal to 90 degree, then cos 90 is equal to 0, that is 0 is equal to L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. Okay, so this is the main formula for perpendicularity of two lines. Okay, if we can say the two lines are perpendicular if the product of their direction cosines are 0. Okay, or product of their direction ratios are also be 0. Understood that? And two lines are parallel. If two lines are parallel, if two lines, that is this is the this is my L1 L2. Okay, two lines are parallel. Okay, two lines are parallel, then L1 by L2 should be equal to M1 by M2, that's equal to N1 by N2. Understood that is this parallel to L1 parallel to L2. Okay, so and last remarks that is given here, and the last remarks, that is in between two lines, if we take two lines, these two lines, if we take this as theta, so again this has also be an angle. Okay, this is also be an angle. In the fact there are two angles, theta and pi minus theta, between two lines. Theta and pi minus theta between two lines. Understood that? That is, there are two angles, theta and pi minus theta, between two lines. That is, suppose we are drawing one line over here and again taking one line over here. Suppose we take, this is my L1, this is L2 obviously. So this, suppose we take this is theta. So the angle between others, that should be what? Pi minus theta. Understood that? If this is theta, then this is pi minus theta. Why? Because as we know that one straight line is equal to what? How much? One straight line is equal to 180 degree. That is pi. Okay. In radian system, I have already discussed the radian system yesterday. So that is the introduction of fundamental concept of three-dimensional geometry. So hope it will you will understand that, and it will be good for you. So that's it for in this class. I will come to another video from the solution of three-dimensional geometry of first chapter, the fundamental concept of three-dimensional geometry. I am following the R.S. Agarwal math book, obviously. R.S. Agarwal, the book in him is, it's a very good book of CBSE pattern following. So that's the main concept of just the introduction of three-dimensional geometry. So keep watching my channel and please do subscribe my channel for getting more and more math related video. Okay, thanks, and please stay with us and stay home, stay safe.